Morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me all right? Test, test. Morning, morning. How's everyone doing today? I accidentally slept in a little bit today.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Steve. What's up, man?
Not much, man. So, did you oversleep and now you're too tired, or you feel good?
I feel good, I
You
think. I feel
got
good,
some
I
extra
think.
sleep.
It all depends on what the
Okay, good.
market's going to do, I guess.
Yeah. Well, SpaceX is definitely holding that 120 area for now.
Right.
Hey, good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Ed. Hey, Clemente. Hey, Troops. I am. It's amazing out here. It's really amazing. Yeah, thanks, Urban. Yeah, Australia is pretty awesome. What's up, Phil? Phil, the big day's coming up, man. I know because your big day is also my birthday, so I will never forget your anniversary. Just DM me if you ever forget the day, Phil, and I'll I got it.
Morning, good
We got to
morning.
celebrate now, Phil. Yeah, man.
So we'll get started here in a few minutes, guys. Hope everyone's doing well.
Hey, good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Kern, Gabe, Tom, Andrew.
Good morning. Morning, everyone. How's everyone feeling today? We'll get started here in a few minutes. Good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. We'll get started here shortly. All right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I took a little bit too long. I was just reserving a IMAX 70 millimeter showing of the Odyssey for August. There's some more show times that just popped up. So I said I saw it in regular IMAX. Let me go see it in 70 millimeter now. So I was just finishing
Nice.
reserving that. So it should be pretty good. It's going to be the week before the meetup. So yeah, let me actually write that down so I don't forget. What time is it at? 2:50.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I was telling you before that I might also watch it again in 70 millimeter. I just saw it in regular IMAX, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, regular IMAX was super epic, and I could only imagine how much more epic the 70 millimeter is. And Showtime's literally just opened up, like literally right now. So I was like, let me just buy the tickets. Worst case, you know, I'll buy two. I'll go either me and I'll take someone with me or figure it out. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was good enough to watch it again. After kind of sitting on it for a little bit, I'd probably rate it like an 8 out of 10, which is pretty good. You know, if Inception and Interstellar are like a 10 out of 10, you know, I would say it's an 8 out of 10. So definitely watch it. Definitely watch it in IMAX. I'm gonna definitely try to experience it in the 70 millimeter, and I will report back if there's any noticeable difference. So that's that. I'm gonna drink my coffee and then let's get started. So good morning, everyone. Welcome back to live trading. If this is your first time on live trading, welcome. We are using the webinars channel in Slack to communicate. The way that we structure live trading is pretty simple. It's all about what's working in the market, what's not. Build the watch list live, and we trade the watch list live. So pretty much, you know, our goal every single day is just to show up and do the right thing. What does that mean? That means that we want to just show up and literally stick to the process, right? A lot of people, you know, they treat trading like gambling. And if you treat it like gambling, you will certainly get gambling results. For me, I want to treat trading like a professional job. I want to treat it as if I make a mistake and my boss is going to fire me type thing. You know, it's like, for example, let's say you have a max loss or you have a stop and you don't stick to your stop. You have to start thinking like, well, shit, if I didn't stick to my stop, my boss is going to fire me and I'm going to lose my job. But in trading, it's not like that. When you don't stick to your stop, sometimes you blow up your account and sometimes you get rewarded, you know? So the problem with the rewarded time is it teaches you bad habits. It teaches you everything wrong to do. And that's the problem because your brain starts to get conditioned, right? It's like, I don't know, it's like every time you drive drunk, if you get away with it 9 times and the one time you die, I mean, is it still worth it? Your brain is training you that every time you drunk drive, everything's going to be okay, you know? But if you just start from the beginning and say, you know what, every time I drink, I'm going to take an Uber, that builds your process properly. So your job as a trader is to build the process properly, um, and take it from there. So every single day, that's my goal. Yesterday I had a small red day. I'm trying to bounce SPCX. I got a little bit frustrated because this last dip over here is the one that got me out. This last dip got me out. And then it kind of just rallied all the way back. Now we're kind of seeing a higher low being formed on this stock. Keep in mind, guys, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 10 red days in a row. So nothing just goes down forever. It'll have some sort of relief bounce. So my thought process is today, hopefully this thing dips down a little bit. Hopefully I'm able to go long a little bit and, try to capture that bounce. I do see some resistance here in the 123s-ish area. So hopefully we pop, we fail, we kind of reclaim VWAP, and we go from there. More often than not, I much so prefer when these things open up red and then go green, the same way as a first red day where it opens up green and then goes red. So I much rather prefer when they open up weak and then reclaim. The gap ups are always a little bit tougher, but still there might be some opportunity there. Memory names still mega strong. SanDisk, Micron, absolutely nailed that bottom the other day. Still strength of the market, so nothing really there. It is earnings week this week, so be prepared for a lot of movers based on earnings. Most of the big companies are reporting next week. I think it's Google and Tesla this week, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's see this. Let's see this earnings calendar. Yeah, Google and Tesla are pretty much the big ones. You could say Intel is probably a solid one too. But next week is going to be the Super Bowl of earnings. It's Apple, it's Microsoft, it's Meta, and all these other things. So this week and next week, I think there's going to be a lot of attention in these large cap stocks. I think there's going to be a lot of money flow in these large cap stocks. So I think that's where a lot of the attention is going to go. So that's that. What else? Like I said, I kind of slept in this morning. Wasn't really watching pre-market action. Got to my desk a little bit after 8 a.m., which is late for me. Kind of seems like the theme of the market continues. One major runner and then a bunch of other side runners. Yesterday we had ADBV, which was a crazy play, and BIYA. So yesterday this BIYA and ADBV were in play. If you were a small cap trader, it was very difficult to kind of stay alive yesterday because all of these stocks were halting, they were jumping up, they were jumping down. ADVB did a death candle, came back, went under VWAP, came back, went under VWAP, halted up, crashed. And then you look at BIYA, went under VWAP, reclaimed, tested VWAP, parabolic, fail, and then not a single bounce. And then you look at ZYBT. What the hell is this? ZYBT goes from 50 cents to $11, and then comes back down to $2 after hours, and then it goes to fucking $9 pre-market. You're just like, dude, what the hell is going on? So a lot of the stocks that have been moving have been quite dangerous, right? It's like every stock that's moving has just been a little bit too bananas. And the problem with that is it's tough to trade. When you're seeing price action like ZYBT, how the hell are you supposed to trade that thing? When you're seeing price action like ADBV, how the hell are you supposed to trade that thing? So that's just something that I think is really important to understand is like, not every stock that's moving needs to be traded. Not every stock that has a pulse needs to be focused on. Oftentimes less is more. And I don't know if I could even do a better job of demonstrating that less is more. You know, I'm demonstrating it every single day. You know, so let me take a sip of this coffee, and then let's get started with the watch list. So the way that we build a watch list is we always go to the previous day's watch list and we build from there. The reason why we go to the previous day's watch list is because yesterday's plays may still be in play today, you know? So first things first is before that, have you guys watched yesterday's YouTube video with George? Let me know what you guys think of it. It's another one of those day in the life type videos. If you guys like it, just leave a comment on the video letting us know. I don't know, George. I told everyone if they want me to trade your account that they should message it in the video, and I think only one guy messaged it. So I think you're out of luck, George. I don't know if I'm going to be trading your account because I really tried, but I don't think they want me to trade your account, George. So Lord knows I need it. But anyway, so yesterday's watch list. Let's start with BIYA. BIYA is totally broken now. In a perfect world, you know, we would get a bounce towards this, you know, 4, 450, and 5. BIYA 4, 450, and $5 to short. Most of the time, guys, I'm able to eyeball these lines, but just draw your lines. Draw your lines. You know, kind of this is the resistance areas that I'm seeing. SPCX, you know, potential bounce day today. SPCX, potential bounce day today. Looking for a morning dip toward 120, 121 to go long for a bounce. GOAI, you know, all the way back down, lower than where it started, so nothing there. ADVV, this might be a potential. You can see that it pushed up after hours, and then I guess just kind of dumped down at 4 a.m. You know, I wouldn't mind taking a stab at this, you know, maybe towards like 9, 950, well, mostly 950, 10, and 1050. So ADVV looks like it squeezed out pre-market and now failing. Ideally 950, 10, 1050 too short. This is a low float stock, so nothing more than 30% max size on this. So this ADVB is obviously weak. This ADVB is obviously a lower float, but as long as I'm keeping my size small and my size controlled, it could be okay for a small size scalp. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. ZYBT, I mean, dude, this is just like a void. You know, ZYBT, dangerous price action. Dangerous price action. Did you share your thoughts on SpaceX for today? It's right here. It's like literally right there, guys. Literally right there. But anyway, dangerous price action. Most likely ignoring this on the short side. VIVK new runner. Taking money flow. Ignoring this. VIVK new runner. Taking money flow. Ignoring short. What else? I think that should be it. USO oil. I mean, oil is just kind of ripping higher. I mean, USO. The thought for USO is it's pretty much an ignore until some sort of headline comes out. You know, until Trump comes out and says that he loves Iran or there's another ceasefire with Iran or whatever it may be. Oil is just going to continue to trickle up higher. So for me, oil is a do not trade because it is too headline driven. You know, mostly today, I'll be watching SpaceX, ADBV. Hopefully this VIVK takes the money flow, turns into the main runner of the day. But aside from that, you know, looking to take it slow, looking to stick to the process. And that's pretty much it. So with that being said, I'll pass the baton over to Steve, and we'll take it from there. But before I do, I want to talk about Cobra Trading. So Cobra Trading is the main broker that I use. It's the main broker that Steve uses. It's the main broker that all of us use here in MIC. They have a really big promo going on right now, where if you open up a Cobra Trading account, you will get 30 days of free commissions. You will get $500 in locate fee credit, and you will be in a raffle with 5 people to come trade live with me in person in an undisclosed location. And the minimum for Cobra is $10,000. If you open up a Big Trades account, which is $2,500, you already get free commissions there. You will get a $200 locate fee credit, but the qualification to come to the private live trading with me is only for Cobra Trading. So highly recommend you guys use Cobra. It's the same broker that I use, same broker that Steve used, same broker that all the moderators here at MIC use. And the reality is, if you want to trade the stocks that we trade, you can't trade it at Robinhood, you can't trade it at Webull, you can't trade it at Schwab. You need to have a specialized broker. And that's it. So with that being said, Steve, I'm going to pass the baton over to you, and then we'll get started live trading here in the next 8 minutes. As you guys know, we stream live on YouTube every single day from 9 to 9:29 a.m. And then we cut off the stream and reserve it for MIC members. We have discounts, we have promos, we have a lot of specials going on right now, so just reach out to us. Steven, RH1 at myinvestingclub.com is the email. And yeah, with that being said, Steve, I'll pass it over to you, brother.
Sure thing. Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting you mentioned, that you can't trade these stocks on other brokers, because this is I actually had this question again this morning, but I get this question a lot. And the question this morning was like, hey, I have an E-Trades account, can I trade with E-Trades? And, I also have an E-Trade account, but I use it for my long-term stuff. For day trading, first of all, E-Trade, like, Alex said, Schwab and all those guys, you're not going to be able to locate and short small caps the way we do. And even for like large caps, I use that E-Trade account for long-term stuff. They don't have, I don't know, I've never tried, okay? But, using DOS and using the buy options in E-Trade, I could tell you, even if you were able to trade on those, with those bigger, platforms, you'd want to day trade with DOS, right? So you'd want to day trade with DOS. So anyways, all of this stuff is covered, and I get, I don't mind answering these questions. It's all good. But I do get guys who are like, hey, I've been here 3 weeks and I just realized, I need to switch my broker, and could I have an extra 2 weeks or something? So I want to make sure you guys are aware, right? Come into webinars if you guys are listening to me. I just posted this. We've got a 30-day roadmap. And the idea is that on day 1, you guys open this up, you save it, you start going through the steps, right? Like I said, I don't mind. I'm not trying to complain or rant about it. But I do get probably 2 or 3 questions daily from newer members that are always covered in the roadmap. Like, they're always covered in the roadmap. It's like everything you can imagine for your first month is covered there. And if it's not, tell me. And if it makes sense and we get the question, we'll put it in there. So real quick, step 1, onboarding. You guys have to watch the onboarding video. That's going to tell you everything that's going on, all the resources, where to get started, all that kind of stuff, right? Step 2, if you guys are listening to me, then you've already pretty much got that step down, right? Live trades. Next is the educational videos. I get a question on this probably every couple of days as well. Like, how do I get to the, videos? How do I log in? All that kind of stuff. Everything is here. And I had a question yesterday, not picking on anybody. I had a question yesterday on the Accelerator 2.0. It's also here. So Accelerator 2.0, start with that. Full library, there's the link. Great starting point is 1, 2, 3, etc. So next, broker paper trading. This is the one I always get questions on that we've covered in depth this morning, right? Next, Discipline Workshop, finally, mentorship support. Where do you go if you need help? You got questions, all that kind of stuff. Everything's there. So anyways, start with the roadmap. I don't mind answering questions, no big deal. But, if you guys get stuck or even if you've been here a while and you need some direction, use the roadmap. The roadmap's a really good resource. Cool. So next, and today I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about like, things that I get questions on a lot, right? So that's the first one, right? So question here, I'm going to answer this real quick, long shot. I would move the broker up a bit, but it took me well over a week to set up. Yeah, I think it takes a day or two, but maybe there was something else going on. I would always hit up account liaison because he could help you guys with the application. Anything that following up and making sure everything's going smoothly. Account liaison is the guy to help you guys with that. So usually it's pretty quick. I understand sometimes there's some issues, but account liaison will help you guys streamline that. So anyways, so I thought it'd be kind of cool today to talk about some of the common questions I get. And that's the main thing I want to talk about is a lot of the stuff is covered there, brokers and all that kind of stuff. But also I want to talk about a repeating question that I get about the live trades. So here's some notes on the live trades, how to get the most out of it. Here's a graphic. And we've got a couple minutes, so I can kind of go through this real quick. And I'll tell you guys why I'm kind of covering this at the end, right? So the idea with the live trades now, as we mentioned a lot, when I was new, when MIC was starting, we didn't have live trades, right? So live trading is a huge, huge, huge shortcut. If somebody told me I could watch Alex essentially trade live with Alex, I mean, I know there's an in-person deal, you could win that, whatever, but really, that's a lot of fun. I'd love to do that. But you guys are also essentially trading live with Alex because you could ask questions in real time. You're hearing his thought process. You're hearing him plan the trades. Like everything is here, same as if you were sitting next to him, right? Or sitting over his shoulder. You're watching his screen. I mean, everything's there, right? So anyways, live trading is a huge shortcut, right? So all the insights, plans, everything is there. But what I always say is you guys still need to be able to make a full plan on your trades, right? So the watch list and, when Alex goes over, what he's watching and why and his theses and all that kind of stuff in the morning, we still need to define for ourselves, our share size, right? We can't just, and I've heard it a lot, right? It's like, hey, Alex, started here and then I went in and then he added and then I was hitting my max daily loss, right? So this is exactly why you need to plan your trades, right? So whenever Alex says, I'm in, like yesterday, right? Somebody asked, what percentage are you in? The first size, I mean, generally speaking, are usually always, and he'll usually say it's like 5%, maybe 10%, but it's a really small starter. So you don't want to be going in like, your full margin when he's just going in 5%. You could see there's going to be an issue. So you need to define your max share size. If you're new or you're not yet consistent, I would say keep it really small, like even 100 shares, right? 100 shares, $100 max daily loss with your broker. Then you could plan it out from there. 5% would be, obviously you do the math. 10%, 50%, etc. So anyways, make sure you guys are making full plans. Make sure you guys are getting active in the Discipline Workshop and the Discipline Workshop one-on-one mentoring group. It's all included in your membership. If you guys need any help with any of this stuff at all, feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to help you guys. Cool. I'll hand it back over. Market's about to open.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
With that being said, I will end the YouTube stream here. Feel free to reach out and we'll get started live trading here.